home early, and yeah, did a pretty decent podcast this morning, and I was just having some tech issues. Uh, focus on that. I try to, but yeah, get the algorithms and stuff. Yeah, I mean, I haven't even showed you that much of them yet, but yeah, it's a nice thing. But the device is being a bit wonky, so um, anyway, we'll talk to you later. See you later. Okay, bye bye. Okay, that was really, really strange. Well, I guess I could have been rolling for about 3 minutes before it conked. I don't quite even know at this point, after all that, with my energy level and this and that, I don't even really know how to. But I did let him know. Oh, hi. Sorry I wasn't there for the other stream. Hi, I'm a Squid. Wow, you're here right away with this one, though, so that's fine, and you can always watch them later as much as you can. But I'm glad to have you here. Um, it's just kidding. So I'm just reading something else on the screen here. Um, oh, I'm tired. I'm achy. I'm half alive. No, I'm just kidding. But well, kind of. What is going on now? Sorry, something was opening on my screen. You got me. You still here? You're still a squid, but could be something more interesting because you're cool. Ah, man, I tell you. Um, So, yeah, I'm having some technical difficulties, but it's now. And then the phone went off at 50 something percent. So I was going to do it on the computer, and I think it was just being slow to bring it up or whatever it was. I came back to the phone screen. It said resume. It said it was asking if I wanted to resume the stream, and I'm like, yeah, I never meant to make it go wonky to begin with. So hopefully the phone won't die at 50, now 62%. And I'm glad to have all three of you here. I hope that you will like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and all that good stuff. And don't be shy. Um, I am a little tired. I did a pretty long podcast earlier today. I've been looking at the screen a lot. It's nice out, but kind of windy. But I wanted to come and at this point, I don't even know what the title of this thing is. I know I had a really well put together one, or I liked it anyway. I'm not sure if it's what I should have had it as. It might just be update. Feel free to tell me if you can see it while you're watching, or if you remember before you clicked in, because yeah, I had to try a couple times. Anywho, the update is the following. Now I know one of the viewers that we have watching right now fairly well. I think well enough to know that this is not necessarily something I have to preach to you, but I'll say it anyway for those that see this. So, and the other thing that happened with this, by the way, is I am prepping to include another on-screen guest with me. We're going to plan it, and he said he didn't know how we would do it. I don't know why he wouldn't know, but he sounds like he's open to it. Um, and I'm not too sure. Aside, he there's something that he's been kind of doing content-wise too that's been a bit confusing. And I know I asked about it, and I can't remember his answer. Squid, are you still there? It looks like everyone's up, but I think I've only seen that happen on the computer, maybe. Anywho, let me be back. Anywho, and if you have any songs that you think would be cool with drums, at least with this device dies and goes off, come back on and it asks you if you want to resume, or at least it saves it, so I'm happy about that. It looks like our viewer, if it's who I'm thinking it is, might be having some tech issues too. Now what? Let me just see the drop down here. Uh, Google Play's trying to do something, and I don't know why. I'm not opening it. I'm not touching it. I see nothing in the drop down, so hopefully it stops. um. So, anywho, um, I didn't think that I'd actually tagged him on the cell phone. It didn't even look like that was working properly. Like when I put the at symbol, it didn't pop him up. Um, and I think the first time I didn't even put it. Um, and on this one, the chat first wouldn't load. No, it just never started, but it looked like it was gonna. Anywho, hopefully it'll all be worth it when we do it, though, because I wanted to talk about a fellow musician that on YouTube here. He's doing, I think, pretty well for himself. He's got a book that he's working on. He's, I think, gigging, working. He's either giving the impression that he's doing well for himself, or he actually is, and he certainly deserves to. And his name is Axel, and I came up with this cool little thing. I was gonna say the prince and the queen are gonna do a thing in the middle of the day, likely, because that seems to be a good time. And hopefully you'll get all the puns within that. Anywho, but if you don't, that's okay too. Anywho, but so I've seen about maybe I saw the first video. Well, and part of me doesn't want to say what I'd end up saying then. Not that it's bad if I do, but I've seen about 3 or 4 of his videos. Um, the quality has been getting better, I would say as well. The only thing is that when he went to the keyboard and he was having some sort of issue with his mic today, but mostly, and other people were noticing it too a little bit. But he kept rolling. He at the end of it, he read comments. There was a couple people that had put a few, but it was mostly me. Like someone else, but if they see this, I don't want to say, anything, because I don't. I like this guy too. I don't want to say anything bad about him. But, um, everybody has, I guess, different abilities or different, he wasn't multi-streaming and keeping up with as much and stuff. And doing so many fancy things on the screen, although he certainly is fancy on the screen, very dapper, doing different music things and that. And I'm tempted to quickly maybe show you a picture. Like I say, he sounds like he's interested in being in it, so I don't really think he'd mind. Um, um, but I'm worried about rotating the screen with the way that the device has been. And I'm not sure what's going on because it seems like it's working now. I'm very surprised. Oh, maybe he's back now. Anywho, but I just wanted to, that's what YouTube community is about. It really is. It's not only about, if you choose to, posting content, but it's getting to know your viewers, and that only happens when they comment, of course, and it's always nice when they like and subscribe and hit the notification bell too, and not dash off at the same time. But that may be inaccurate because sometimes it is, or maybe somebody's phone died, or being wonky as well, or something else going on. May not have been personal, so try to remember that, and I'll stop talking monotone now. Anywho, uh, not super long after I first saw him, he came onto one of mine. Not for super long. Seems like quite a busy fella, and we are at a different time zone, of course. Um, but and then, like I say, I've seen a couple of his since, 2 or 3, I think, and he calls me his number one fan, or at least one of, unfortunately, very few. He's another one, although the channel's been kind of coming back into the greatness, the great reception that it should be receiving. Um, and not just on content, but and I think, uh, yeah, actually, that's true. I had opened that, at least I thought I had. Now I can't remember how it was spelled. But didn't I? Where was that one video? Was that there or here? Oh, what the heck is that? I don't know. Um, oh, was it now? Okay, just a moment here. I'm just trying to see if I can find a piece of his music to play for us here. Um, yeah, just like a little preview kind of thing. But Um, I'm not sure what's going on with this device that I'm trying to do it on, though, so I'll just focus on the podcasting one because that's behaving at least. So basically, I wonder though if via the website I could possibly find it. It really has two different names. I'm not sure. You'd probably just have to wait for the in the moment. Oh, I'll be right back on the street. We just needed to stretch and grab something. Stretch and grab. You no filter. Where did I put it? Maybe it was already beside me. I don't know. Oh, it's over by the piano, right? It's fun to quickly check something. Or maybe more than just quickly check something. Maybe to do some. But oh, I was thinking of maybe doing some music, and I was kind of inspired by a couple country songs, but then I wasn't really sure if I was feeling them or not. Um, we got somebody here. I'm just very briefly looking away from the screen to do something. Um, that's weird. And we'd be saying they doesn't usually drink energy drinks because blood pressure was high, but it was a diff. I don't follow. As far as I know, he usually does. Can't imagine drink today is at least a salty beast. I don't know what to think. I mean, I kind of do, but about that. Um, Anywho, so he's a talented musician. It's funny that I had thought he had sang a certain something, and I asked him in the chat, and he's like, "Oh, that's good." He's like, "Let me write that down." I was like, "No, I thought that's what you sang." But okay, glad I inspired you. You know, because that's what it can be about sometimes. It's simply just inspiration. Um, but um, it honestly, you know, there's also quite a curiosity about his music and about his story. You know, his journey and what he's you know what he's hoping to accomplish in that because yeah, basically um, I guess that's a message not just for me but for the viewers. But some people will ignore it and not answer it. But I mean, I do pretty well. You know, the haters and the trolls usually stay away, so that's good. Um, and the radio, I mean, I'm talking and I don't think it's that loud. So, I mean, and I've heard people actually have music playing in their videos in the background before. I don't think it's that loud or recognizable. So, anywho, but anyway, this individual, hi Sophia, how are you? Welcome. I'm curious how you came across the channel. To all y'all, if you've ever been before, those that are watching live and after, if you've ever been before, and if you want to say where you're watching from the world, feel free. And of course, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm okay. I'm a little bit tired, but having a pretty good day. Fairly excited. Kind of wish I'd gotten outside a little bit more, but there's quite a wind, and there was some ice with no snow over top of it earlier, so it's kind of like was slippery. Anywho, yeah, I asked a couple other questions. Hopefully you caught them, and like to hear from you all on them if you be so kind. Not forced, but invited, and one of you doesn't seem, well, if you only said two things, but you seem open to commenting. Whether you're shy or not, you do, so that's good. And basically, yeah, so he, I mean, like I say, it's this thing of like I'm talking about an upcoming guest that I hope to have, and part of me kind of wants to say a few things, maybe, but part of me also thinks that that's going to be part of that podcast, and it's a matter of the fact that that was a weird noise. Um, I'd be repeating it, and some people may be hearing it more than once. But it's just like some of my spiels, like how you came across the channel, all those things that I asked. Sometimes you just got to do that as a content creator because there's always new people tuning in. And I'm hoping that when it just dropped to zero, that was inaccurate, or that you would be back soon, and that it was still Sophia that stayed longer than the other two. And yeah, anywho, so basically. Um, um, what time of day is it? Okay, 10 to 3. Okay. Anywho, so even though, let's just say this, even though I've seen 3 or 4 of his videos, I haven't really gotten to know. I've gotten to know his personality and a little bit of his sound and style, but I've really otherwise not. I mean, and why is that? Well, let's just say this. The first one, the quality wasn't great. The second one, the one today, he was having some mic issues, but most of the time it was working. I think I was also rolling mine at part of it and multitasking, but then I wrapped up. And then the other one, I mean, I have ADHD and I can multifocus. Was um, quite. Sorry, just a moment. The other one was quite. Sorry. Was quite. Okay. ADHD multifocus, like I say. The other one was quite. I was quite focused with for the most part, but I think I may have came in kind of near the latter part of it. But what I do know about this fella, who I am looking forward to hopefully interviewing on my video soon, but right now I'm hearing the dog making a noise. I think I'm not sure why. Anywho, is that he? Then I have a chore to do, a couple of quick ones actually, but is that he? Very laid back, very appreciative. I mean, like I say, he's one of those who, unfortunately, is not necessarily, or at least on YouTube. And he said he has like a channel, and he said how to find it, but I could not. Um, does and this is the one he was going live on. Seems to be struggling, to have much of an audience. Now it's true, he is doing the songwriting process live, as I sometimes do. I don't know if it looks the same when I do it, but I'm not necessarily critiquing this negatively, but it seems a bit more repetitive when he does it. Um, but he's very focused. He's trying to sink it in and work with his ideas and that. And I do the latter, and I try to focus, but again, ADHD, right? But sometimes we can hyper focus. So anywho, but today he chatted. I mean, other times too, but he had kind of a time limit for himself. In the last 30 to 45 minutes, he sat and read the comments. And like I said, I wasn't all of them, but I was the majority of them. But there wasn't even that many people had tuned in, like I say. And so, yeah. And I mean, I've got to say, one of the things that stands out was, aside from his appreciation and his thankfulness and his curiosity, and this is, elements for success and empathy and understanding and effort. You know, none of it can guarantee success, but it can get you more likely success and more likely liked, which is something we all want to be, right? So, and if we don't, I think we should ask ourselves why. For a lot of people, it maybe becomes easy, but it's certainly not. Certainly not. Bad thing. Whew, it is icy out there. I don't know what the problem is. You want to go upstairs? Sorry, our dog's just distracting us, distracting me for a moment, making sounds and stuff. But unless you have song requests, I'm at 74%. This thing kind of drops fast, but I can try and do them. But anyway, what I wanted to say is what stood out to me was, something that means a lot to me. Acceptance. And acceptance on some certain areas, especially. Um, and I was pretty sure that I would receive it from him, and also kind of some of the stuff he was kind of already talking about. Um, but I mean, so really, I don't think it is a question of, well, he's feeling undervalued and underappreciated by people, so he's going to appreciate what he can get wherever he can get it. I don't really feel like it's a matter of that. I think he's a really good guy. It's not hard to be a good person, and I think he's talented, and so I look forward to sharing him with you soon. But promise me that you will still come and visit with me on my streams fairly often as well. I always appreciate it. Um, but that's interesting. I accidentally opened Michelle's chat, and I've been on hers, and she's been on mine. I should look back and try to find that and see there was anything I missed. I mean, she didn't tell me, but maybe she thought I was looking, and then she's busy and maybe didn't realize or whatever. But anyway, so yeah, basically, um, I don't know if I should say what specific area of acceptance. I mean, in a way, it was kind of general, uh, but there was kind of in a specific area, and I have been feeling supported and accepted, as we all pretty much should be be um, receiving from people. Um, you know, on YouTube and about my life too. To be honest, um, really. Um, so yeah, basically, and the other cool thing too is that he, like I say, has a book that he's working on, and he did talk a little bit about it in his podcast. So it's not just the music, and I don't know if they might actually quite connect to each other. But it's not going to be just the music, but it's going to be also about his book. I know G always says, "Oh, I don't like what trying to tell me something like, oh, just buy my book and blah blah blah." But no, I think that G would like this guy, and for some of the reasons, and who knows what others, um, and um, and yeah, he's doing very well. So I don't know when this is going to happen. I do know that I seem to catch him in the late morning, early afternoon, and in Sweden, I don't know what time that is locally. I do know that a couple times in his streams, he's said after doing his streams, he has to go out. I think his wording was he has to go out and do something, unless he meant out of the live stream. But so, I mean, sure, that may not be saying that it's not, late at night there, but it might be earlier. I don't know. I should look that up actually, perhaps, eh? Because I'm kind of curious. And just to kind of give you a bit of I hope that if I rotate the device, it won't be wonky. I mean, his website is really well put together too, and sometimes I get overwhelmed when there's a lot on a website. I mostly don't feel that with him. I mostly don't. Now, where is that really? Okay, so yeah. And then what was the other thing I was gonna look up? I just said it, didn't I? Oh, I don't know. I don't know what I was gonna look at. Um, so here I was looking at it. So, what I was kind of looking to see if I saw was okay. Well, there's a link. I think that's Instagram, isn't it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Actually, yeah, he doesn't have a YouTube link, but he posts on YouTube. So that's kind of interesting. Anyway, so yeah, that's my message to the people. Update, and my advice is just to be good. Be good to people. Be kind, and it will come back to you. And if it already does, just keep doing it. And with very minimal exception. That's what it's all about. Okay, I'm gonna wrap up. I should try and get to a couple other things. So take care. As much as I would love to stay and see what other chats may come, I mean, I'm a little bit surprised that Good left so soon. That wasn't personal. He's been on a few of my videos. He likes them. I'm not too sure about Sophia, but she seems to have a neat vibe about her in her picture, and she asked how I was doing. So even though she didn't really stick around very long after, um, it still shows a level of care. So I appreciate that. But I'm tired. I got some things to do. I don't know if I'm gonna roll tonight. I don't necessarily have inspiration, and I might want to focus on some other things then too. But as always, you can make song requests, you can make topic requests, and you can even make suggestions for things you'd like to see me do comedy about. And I hope I will like them, especially if I like you, especially if I'm already familiar with you. Um, and or if you want me to write a song based on ideas you want to give me, whether they're about you and who you are as a person, with certain details, or about whatever else. And also, like earlier today, I was doing a video, and I was kind of thinking of some improv games. If you have any favorite things in that area, I mean, I think most of us have probably seen the show Whose Line Is It Anyway? So kind of around that style. And, I made a joke in my earlier podcast. The person left. Come on down from the audience and make up a song about you. Just tell me the genre and tell me some stuff. So that kind of seemed like it could be a fun idea. So might do that tomorrow. G's around too, so he might even be able to be part of it, which would be cool. I mean, even a bit more recognizable than just because of the flute. But yeah, that could be cool, or at least in a you know section of it. Maybe be ideal if it was doing really great, and then it kind of got a bit quiet for a bit, and then maybe it finished off with a bang and a grand finale and greatness. So yeah, as far as the interview, can't say when yet, but I'm hoping. Like, part of me thinks he's already agreed. Next thing I have to do is send him a message, and yeah, like I say, it almost wanted to invite him as a guest now. I don't know if he got the invite, but I wasn't intending to send it. But um, yeah, so basically, yeah, and then we'll figure out a time that works, and then I'll start prepping, and then we'll do it. Okay, well, everybody take care. Bye for now. Um, for some reason I thought it was going to there too. And feel free also to check out any of the other live streams that may interest you. And if you don't have the opportunity to watch, whether you think you ever would or not, you're welcome to watch as much of them as you like. I understand some of them have been getting long, and I've been setting some Guinness records myself with the length and such of my live streams. So, but watch as much as you can. Anything that may interest you. It's a pretty diverse channel if you don't already know that. And yeah, I look forward to hearing from you, and take care.